Yo, this is Watership with Edurus Gaming, and today's video is about a new challenge that I created that is called the Not So Hardcore Challenge. Now, Wild Monk and I did do the hardcore challenge, and we just, realized that a couple of major newbies like ourselves, it's just a little too rough for us. So, what I did is I wanted to take some of the elements of the challenge that I really liked and maybe, soften it up just a little bit. Or maybe more a little bit, but you'll see. Anyway, so after scrutinizing for a while to determine what the rules were going to be, this is the challenge. So, okay, starting with rule number one, and the most important rule is absolutely no flea market. Well, not absolutely, pretty much no flea market. There are two exceptions, and these exceptions are based on some of the tasks that need to be done. So, exception number one, you may purchase any guns or parts that are needed for gunsmith level 3 to 5. Now, the reason why it is up to 5 is because Gunsmith 5 opens up Tarkov Shooter, which is a task with Jaeger. Um, Gunsmith 6 through 15 do not open any tasks other than the next Gunsmith. So I wanted to give an easy option to at least open up all the non-Gunsmith tasks. So also, the reason why 1 and 2 are not included is because they are pretty simple to get parts for those, either from a trader or to loot. And there, other than there's a 60 round magazine that you need for Gunsmith 2, but you can craft it with laboratory level 2. So anyway, that's why I chose 3 to 5. I mean, I don't want to make it too easy, right? So also, any keys can be purchased from the flea market that are needed to open a door to complete a task. But once you complete the task, you need to delete the key. So there are certain tasks that are very, you can't do unless you have the key, and they're very hard to find the key for that. So, like for example, there's a task where you have to go into all the logistics on interchange, and getting that key. I mean, it's in a blue car in customs, but it might take you a long time to find that key. So I figured, we'll let you buy the key, but just to use until the task is complete. So other than that, you cannot purchase any other items off the flea market. So, okay. Number two is you go into this screen, you go here, you go here, you go here, right here. This is the insurance screen. There is absolutely no insurance. So you die, you lose your weapons just like normal people would do. So, well, you also wouldn't respawn if you died, but you know what I mean. So anyways, no insurance. But when you die, you may use therapist to heal. That is when you die or do not die. When you leave a raid, you may use therapist. So die or not die, you may use therapist. And you can also use Prepor or whoever to repair any items. So there's no restrictions on healing a therapist or repairing items. Alright, number 4. You get the alpha container that you start with. So it's a 2x2. And you may put any items into the alpha container. Sorry, not the alpha container, the secure container. Before you enter a raid, but you may not put any items into the container when you're in the raid, with the exception of keys. So say you wanna pack some meds or take some keys with you into a raid, maybe some nutrition stuff, some that kind of stuff. Whatever you want to, or maybe you have like a quest item you need to bring in. You may put anything into your container, secure container. But again, you cannot put any items into it in the raid other than the keys. So for that reason, you have to pick and choose what keys you want to put in. Say if you get a few of them, maybe some of them aren't important enough to put in there. So, but that is the only reason you can put items into your container during a raid. So, Next rule, you may barter for anything with the traders. So what that means is you go onto a trader, you click on this recycle or barter, and you see any of these things, you can trade for any of the stuff, no matter what. There's no exceptions to that. Obviously, you need to find the items in raid. Well, that's not the only way to do it. I'll tell you in a little while what else you can do. But any items that the trader has to barter, you may barter for. And that is actually pretty important because of the next one, which is if you die or extract with at least 1000 XP, you may purchase from the traders one item from this category, from these 5 categories: armor, rigs, backpack, headphones, helmet. Now, to me, the thing that happens is somebody dies and they're just like, I'm just gonna rebuy all the stuff I just died with, whatever, no big deal. So now you can only buy one of those things, one of those 5 things. So say, for instance, you die, maybe you already have a backpack and a rig in your stash, and you're like, I need a headset, so I'm gonna buy a headset and put it on. So you can only buy one of those 5 things, any kind, of course, from the traders. And when you do die or get the experience and leave raid, you need to buy something immediately. So say you don't actually need any of those things because you survived and you still have your full gear. But you still need to buy it or you lose it. So, maybe buy a regular backpack to store stuff in, or, headset to, store or whatever for next time you do die, whatever. But you need to buy it. If you do not buy it after the raid and you go into another raid, you lose that ability to buy one of those items. So. All right, so that's why the bartering is so good too, is because say you have to buy a backpack and you can't buy a rig, but you have an item to barter for a rig. So that's why it's good to have the items to barter. Okay, and again, you cannot buy stuff off the flea, so it also helps. So. Okay, next item is you may not buy weapons or grenades from traders. So, say you go into old mechanic here. He has all these weapons here. You cannot purchase any of these with cash. And he doesn't have any with cash, so let's try maybe this guy. Yeah, see, like this one right here, you cannot purchase this because you cannot purchase any items with cash that are weapons or grenades. You may, of course, here we go. Here's another reason to barter. You may barter for weapons. So this is a good reason to maybe keep barter items that can barter into weapons. So, okay. And again, also, no grenades. But you can buy ammo and gun parts. So, so essentially what the point of this is you have to either barter for or find in a raid a weapon, but usually those weapons are bare bones. So now you may buy parts from the traders to upgrade those weapons. And, sometimes you have, man, it's happened to me so many times where I get a gun with like 10 bullets in, it's like, well, and I don't have any other bullets. So at least it gives you the option to buy and complete the magazine. So guns, parts, and ammo. And also this includes fence. You may buy parts from fence as well, and ammo. So if you find some better ammo from him, go ahead and do it. Where are the parts? There's parts. Okay. Next, we have starting at level 6. You may, once every level, you may do 1 scav run. So it's kind of like a little bonus for leveling up. So, and I choose level 6 because that's when you have to start paying for therapist. So level 6, level 7, level 8, you may do 1 scav run every time you level. All right, and then lastly, and why I have these items here is this is kind of a new thing I think is a pretty new thing that people don't do. It's bartering with fence. So that's kind of weird, but you can do it. And that's, you may barter any barter or loot items like these things right here, and you may do it only with fence. So how this works is you go here and say you need an item over here. Now, unfortunately, there's not a huge selection here, but we need this thing right here. So in order to get this, you need to sell items that you already have that are barter items. So I have these right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell. I'm going to put this bad boy in here. I'm going to deal it. Now, you cannot get this stuff mixed up with your other money. So if you don't have like stacks like this, you can, you know, place that money into a backpack or something so it doesn't get mixed up. But anyway, deal. Here's the money. This is the money I can use now. So now, so I have a separate stash. Of course, those are gone. So we will just buy something else like this right here. So in order to do that, I don't have enough money to buy this, so I'm going to put this in now. There's the money right there. So I now can use this money to purchase this. So I'm going to go to buy, go to this, and I'll purchase it. There I have it. And as you see, it took the money out of here. So anyways, that is the way to barter with Fence. Now, the thing is, he doesn't have a lot of trade items, but sometimes he might have something that you really would like a, you know, corrugated hose or something that's really nice to have for your hideout. So just an extra way to get items. And he generally will have, you know, maybe 2 to 3 times more items like this, so it's not a bad choice. So, oh, this is pretty nice. So anyway, that's how that would work. So okay, so lastly, what are the items that you can keep? Now, you do not need to delete everything, just most things. So here's the list of things. You can do 1 alpha container. You can do 1 water and 1 sweet, what is it called? Can of beef stew. I think it's what, delicious can of beef stew, yes. 1 fuel tank, just because, you know, when you have your hideout going, you can start crafting right away, because that's a pain to find fuel. 1 splint, 1 S-Marsh tourniquet, 1 car kit. Now, these things I would suggest probably just putting into your alpha and bringing it with you. Obviously, you don't have to, but that's what you can do. So you get 2 car kits actually. You get 2 of these pistols. So depending if you're bear or if you're USAC, you can do, you know, they both have different guns, but 2 pistols. So I'm going to put some bullets, which are 70 of the PSTGZHs. I'm going to put those into this. Oh, this one way up here, of course. Okay, bullets in here, bullets in here, bullets here, and then you have 1 extra magazine to bring with you. So put those in there. Got that. Okay. So 2 guns, 2 magazines, and then 2 bullets. You can, or not bullets, grenades. You can bring those through. 2 P.A.K.As, 2 razors, and again, the bear has a different one. 2 rigs, 2 backpacks. And the reason I do this is it gives you kind of a chance to get in there and start looting right away. Like in a hardcore, you delete everything, so you have to run in there and find a rig, find a backpack. You know, it can be a pain in the butt. Find a gun. So this gives you kind of a little of a head start. Like, obviously, if you die right away, you know, without getting out, then it sucks, but you get another chance. And then if you die a second time without getting out, then, well, now you're kind of doing hardcore. But it gives you a little chance to maybe, you know, hopefully get out with 1 raid with some nice loot, and to give you a little bit of a head start. So anyway, that is the rules. Please, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments. I would be happy to, you know, kind of go over some things, and hopefully you enjoy this challenge. And it would be great if people start doing this, because I think it's still pretty hard, but it's also not like, you know, like disastrously hard for people who die a lot. Okay, have a good one.